Tonight's episode is brought to you by Click Gaming, a freelance esports tournament company based out of Oklahoma. If you're located in the U.S. and need esports services, this is the ultimate gaming company for you. Contact Johnny Weaver at icychiller@att.net. That's ICYCHILLER. Tonight on the Delirious Dads Gaming Podcast.
Dun dun, goats of duty.
Pizza, the cure-all.
It's the year of remasters.
And now, the Delirious Dads Gaming Podcast.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to another episode of the Delirious Dads Gaming Podcast, episode 59. I'm Clinton Stanley.
Goats of duty.
Whoa. I'm Clinton Stanley, one of your hosts, and that goat you heard there is a large goat with a Mario-esque mustache today. It's Ryan Maddox.
Right.
Ryan, welcome to the show, bro.
Wax. Oh yeah. Welcome. Thanks for joining me.
Yeah, you're kind of cutting out all of a sudden. That's sweet. And then in the bottom we have Hunter Venable. Hunter, welcome to the show.
What's up?
Yeah. So this is a pre-recording. If you're on the live podcast or the live stream today, this is a pre-recording because Hunter's got to go deliver food in the evening. So it was going to kind of cramp our style. So we just switched to today. No big deal though. And this is not an April Fool's joke, just so you know. But we got a fun show. Hunter may have to cut out on us. We'll wait and see. But he's going to be bringing us some what's cooking, good looking, getting you the recipes, you know, making you successful in the kitchen, so you can be successful, you know, at home, in the you know, the kids' space, in the bedroom, whatever. What's cooking is going to increase all those odds. And then Ryan is giving us what's free in the month of April. You know, going to hook us up with some deals. The best deals, as Mr. Trump would say.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah.
I just realized I had muted my mic a little bit ago because of the cutting out to check it out, and then never unmuted it. So, you guys will see my mouth moving on the video, and nothing will be happening.
Yeah, well, sometimes that can be a blessing, right? Some would say. So yeah, and I'll be bringing news, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good episode. With that said, let's move on over to the news. Leaks for Geeks. All right, guys, it's time for the leaks for the geeks, the news for the dudes. You know what I'm saying, Ryan?
Oh yeah, I know what you're saying. You're saying basically only dudes matter. I mean, I know we're Delirious Dads, but we probably have women who listen, moms, things like that. The Delirious Dads just describes us, not our fan base. So a little sexist.
So your strategy is let's kill the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing.
Gotcha.
Here.
Well, hey, we're an all equal opportunity podcast, so we're all for the women and the ladies and the girls and all that want to tune in to the podcast. It's just we support the dads. You know, we're giving that encouragement and that good old kick in the butt when they need it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So,
I know what you're saying.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm sticking with news for dudes. You're not getting the win on this.
Okay.
But good point. Good point. What is another good point is you can't sue for nothing.
Well, you can. You just can't win.
True.
Yeah.
And actually, I'm going to hold off on that. So let's pause. Because it's a sports thing. So if Hunter does come back, I'd rather that be one of the last ones so he can interject. I thought about that right as I was saying it.
Just take your pause and start. Don't be gay.
I already did.
No, you already said, I thought about that.
He wanted to say gay because he can right now. I love it. He even smirked with that goofy mustache. Hey, I'm thinking about bringing Uncle Roscoe back, by the way. Watered down version of Uncle Roscoe.
A reformed Roscoe.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's done his time.
Yeah.
Yep. Now he only looks at kids on the internet and doesn't tell anybody. I get it.
Wow. What was it you said? Points? That's a good point, yeah. Ghost Bundle, which you can use in Call of Duty Modern Warfare's multiplayer. So it's just, that's why I said year of the remaster.
What?
Remasters. It's a great point.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And that's something I mentioned at the top of the show. And remasters seems to be where it's at. It's almost like, I don't want to say the gaming industry doesn't have ideas, because I know they do. They have great ideas.
Right.
It's just, here lately, I noticed that retro, remastered nostalgia feel is coming back. Seems like a lot of games.
Yeah, I think Call of Duty 2 is one of the big ones coming right now, isn't it? Remastering.
Yeah, that's actually what I was about to talk about. Yeah.
Boom. Bring it on.
You're on top of it. You know, we've got the Final Fantasy VII. You got Resident Evil 3 coming out. So it's just, that's why I said year of the remaster.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so people are pumped about Call of Duty for sure.
Well, listeners, if you didn't know, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Remastered is coming out, and it's out now on PlayStation 4.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I didn't know it was already out.
Yeah. So Ryan knew about this because it was leaked earlier in the week that it was launching. But that's correct. Modern Warfare 2 Remastered includes the entire campaign from 2009 original, all with updated visuals and audio. Unlike Modern Warfare Remastered, it does not include any original game's multiplayer mode. However, as a bonus for the purchase, you will also receive the Underwater Demo Team Classic Ghost Bundle, which you can use in Call of Duty Modern Warfare's multiplayer Spec Ops and Warzone mode.
So this is a campaign. That's what they're putting out. The original campaign story remastered. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, they're not trying to launch the multiplayer version of the game.
But, I was going to say, this doesn't seem like good timing. I mean, Modern Warfare is just now big.
Yeah, whenever I saw the announcement, I was a little confused, but this makes more sense in the fact that they just wanted to give you the graphics and the story, you know, basically.
This is Modern Warfare 2? That's what's coming out? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Modern Warfare 2. Activision also confirmed, those of you on PlayStation, you can play it now, but Activision did confirm in a tweet the Xbox One and PC versions of Modern Warfare 2 Campaign Remastered will launch on April 30th, and pre-purchase for them is now live. So you can go in and pre-purchase
PlayStation got it a month early. That's pretty early. Dang.
Yeah. Not really sure why either, because they do business with all consoles. Right. And I never knew of Call of Duty being a PlayStation exclusive, so...
No, they must have slipped them a little green or something. A little
extra cash, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to be interested, and maybe I can find out later, and it's probably, some people may already know this on the podcast, but is it going to be, I guess it's going to be maybe a DLC for the Modern Warfare game? Like you just buy it and it's unlocked within Modern Warfare right now?
I'm not sure.
Or will it be a separate thing? I'm almost betting it's an add-on onto the game, the current game.
It might be.
Kind of like they did with Warzone, where it's its own mode. They probably have a remastered campaign.
Nobody's going to pay for a Call of Duty campaign game. Not going to happen.
No.
I mean, unless it's like $5.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep. So
I mean, the campaigns are decent, but they're not what Call of Duty is known for. You know.
Right. Yeah. I mean, if you're into the campaigns, all for you. But yeah, we know Call of Duty's primarily ran
multiplayer,
big because of its multiplayer. Yep. It's very competitive on the scene. If you're looking for deals, and right now with everybody being quarantined, deals sound pretty good when it comes to games. You need something to do. those of you who are able to get out and work right now, Amazon is having a big sale, which includes PS4 games, Xbox One games, and your Nintendo Switch games. So as of this week, you can take advantage of the latest buy 2 games, get 1 free on Amazon.com. And I've got this information over on GameSpot.com. They're the ones that posted this article. They say here that some of the deals are beginning to sell out already. Delivery dates will likely take longer than usual as Amazon prioritizes health and household goods right now over games and things like that, which is understandable.
Right.
So you want to make sure to check out the games you really want, kind of see what they got available. They also say here that Target has a buy 2 get 1 free deal as well that you can get from their website. Seems like Amazon and Target right now are competing, is what the article lends itself to.
Okay.
Amazon's sale spans not only to video games but also toys, board games, electronics, and more. To take advantage of the deal, just add 3 items from the sell page to your cart. At checkout, you'll see a multi-buy discount that slashes off the price of the cheapest item in your cart. Does that make sense? So it's gonna target not the third thing that you pick, but the cheapest thing. That's what it's gonna make free. It also says the sale just kicked off this past Sunday. As I said, the pickings are starting to be slim. However, there are still more solid options. A couple of their big picks, GameSpot's big picks, was Death Stranding is available for just $30 right now. A fantastic price for a single-player adventure game. They also listed The Outer Worlds, which is a fantastic space-faring RPG. That's down right now to $35.14. Now, by the time you're hearing this Friday, that could change, but as of right now, that's where it's at. And then you can also snag Catherine Full Body for $50.78. You've got Metro Exodus for $18, and Monster Hunter World Iceborne Master Edition for $38.49.
Nice.
And then they list some of the best board games and card games on sale right now. On there is Betrayal at House on the Hill. That's for $29.49. You got Code Names for $15.27, and then you got Exploding Kittens for only $20.
Nice.
Yep. And then I looked on here. They had some other stuff like Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. That's down to $33 on the Switch. Devil May Cry 5 is down to $24.65 on the Xbox One. That's a $60 game value. So that's something to look at.
Okay.
If you're into some of the older games like Elder Scrolls, Skyrim Special Edition, which is the updated graphics one that they made, you can get that right now for $20 on the PS4 and the Xbox One. For you GTA 5 people out there, you can get that right now on the Xbox One for $18. Hitman Definitive Edition, $16.97. That's down from $30 on the PS4 and Xbox One. If your kids like video games, they like the Lego universe, you got Lego DC Supervillains. That's $19.70 across all platforms as far as PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. Whew. And then another one that I liked, Neo, was an original game that I played on the PS4. I really liked it. Well, now Neo 2 is out, and it's $59.88 on the PS4. So that might be a newer one that you pick up just to have to add in. If you're doing a full price with some cheaper games, you could throw that one in there.
Okay, yeah, because I was gonna say $59. That's no discount, right? That's the regular price.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but that's one of the new ones up on there that you can buy.
Okay.
Whew, goodness, that was a lot of sales, a lot of deals, but that's the best way to go about it. So going into April, we always cover April Fools, which is April 1st. Of course, if you're listening to this on iTunes, Spotify, those kind of places, it's already passed. But we're going to talk about what's happened on April 1st. You can go back and check out the pics if you want. But Activision Blizzard...
I usually have so much fun on April 1st, and now I'm trapped at home. So I've just got to figure out how to do it only to my family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this thing's really got a lot of fun things we normally do. Just makes it boring.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like we got our daughter's 1 year birthday. Probably going to be a virtual thing, you know.
Rough. Yeah.
Just, let family call in on FaceTime or Facebook or something and
Right.
wish her a happy birthday, and that's the best you can do, you know. Maybe I'll do it live. Maybe I can set up a camera or something on her and just blast it on Facebook or something.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a good idea. But yeah, so Blizzard Entertainment, who we've usually talked about in a negative light recently because they just keep making mistakes over and over again, it feels like. They are really into April Fools, always have been. They've made various April Fools jokes on their games that have sometimes really pissed fans off because they thought they were serious. Well, this year is no different. On Overwatch, they're starting the April Fool's Day 2020 full and strong, baby, with one of the simplest yet strong additions to the game. It's simply called Googly Eyes. That's right. If you launch Overwatch on your platform of choice, right now you'll find that every single character has googly eyes, or one eye, in Anna's case, attached to their face across every skin, across every mode. Even Zenyatta, who doesn't really have eyes, gets to join the celebration with a pair of physics-enabled cartoon eyeballs.
Nice.
That's right. Certain characters, character props such as Reinhardt's shield and Hanzo's Dragon Strike, have also been visited by the spirits of the foolish April. Blizzard has a long history, like we said earlier, with this. They've done things like, last year they did, what was it? I'm trying to think. They did a My Little Pony-esque special event for Rainbow Six Siege. Or that's what Rainbow Six Siege did, and then the surprisingly elaborate Street Fighter parody arcade game went out. So, but Blizzard itself has done things like, one of the funny things they did one year is they said they were going to have pandas in World of Warcraft as a new character, and
I remember that.
Yeah, and then a couple of years later, it became real. So maybe that was an April Fool's joke they shouldn't have did. But they've done a lot of different things in their games that's pretty comical as far as April Fool's goes. So a little holiday fun for you as we.
If you're on quarantine and you're listening to this live, it means it's still April Fool's right now, today, right? If you're listening to it right now on Facebook, then you need to be figuring out something to get your wife with, or your kids with, if you just skipped it because your mind was out of it because you were home.
Mm-hmm.
You just put together something elaborate right now and do it before midnight.
You've got a couple hours left, but get it done.
Yeah.
Get on it. Any ideas, Ryan?
Yes, I've already got my mind is brewing for sure.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to take I'm going to wear a white shirt to bed tonight.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to just wake up screaming, and I'm going to have blood all over me.
No.
It's going to be good. Oh, yeah.
Are you going to film it?
Yeah. I could film it.
I mean, I feel like
I could set up my camera.
And then
it'll be dark in there.
We post it on the Delirious Dad's gaming thing.
I'll try to.
Yeah. I get it. We're in the bedroom, so things got to be decent, right?
Right. Yeah.
I got you. That would be good, though. That'd be funny. Let me know.
Okay.
My wife would kill me. Well,
I just got to make sure and not mention anything to her to let her know. But you got to remember, and I think we might have talked about this last year, but if you're new, you haven't heard. But my wife has gone, to crazy points in the past to where I was always the joker. And then all of a sudden, her and her mom decided one time, we had been trying to get pregnant for like 5 years. And her and her mom both called me and told me that we're pregnant. It was like this huge moment. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. And then it was April Fool's. And I was like, okay, you guys went too far.
We
you
crossed
did
the
it.
line.
Yep. So I got her back. I didn't get her the next year because I knew she'd be ready. I waited 2 years. And I got her back and acted like my sister Rachel was in a car accident and died. And it was just super serious.
You guys, yeah. You're the YouTube people, the Facebook people.
She bit it hook, line, and sinker. Just felt so bad for me. And then I April Fool's her. She was mad, but I was like, come on. You can't be mad. You never can be mad again.
Yeah.
after the pregnancy.
She used
thing.
your own
Yeah.
child against you, you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
Not, meh. You know, that's
Right.
almost like death in a way.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know? Golly. So, rule of thumb, people, don't prank Ryan or his family. They are vicious. Well, I tried to hold this one off for Hunter, but I don't think he's coming back for a while, or maybe at all. I don't know. We'll see. But
I'm sure he'll be back for his segment.
Yep. NBA 2K was in a lawsuit, and I didn't know about this, but now we do, and we're talking about it right meow. When
Okay.
NBA 2K16 depicted the tattoos of LeBron James, Kenyon Martin, and Eric Bledsoe on its game models, it led to a lawsuit from the original tattoo artists.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Tattoo company Solid Oak Sketches filed a lawsuit against Take-Two Interactive and Visual Concepts, claiming the companies didn't license the tattoo designs owned by Solid Oak. A federal judge has now ruled in favor of the developers, saying the tattoos make such a minor appearance in the game that the copyright can't be claimed, and that an implied license was granted via players. This was according to the Hollywood Reporter.
Yeah. When they sign the license, they're giving away their likeness. That's part of the license that you're signing, and part of that would be your hair. That'd be like a hair designer saying, you know, hey, you owe me because that hair design was my hair design.
Was my specialty.
What the freak are you talking about? That person paid you, and then they owned the hair that you did. Just like the tattoo. Once they paid you for the tattoo, the art didn't belong to you. Does he have to consult you before he agrees to get a photo taken and be in a magazine? Because your art's going to be displayed? Come on. That's the most ridiculous thing I've heard.
Yeah.
Wow. I did not
Crazy.
expect you to come with that.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
I said there thinking, I was like, it's not. I mean, I get that the tattoo artists look at people as their canvas, right? It's like I get that, but you know they're going to go on, especially if they're already famous.
It doesn't
Like, you
matter,
should
Clint.
already
Me and you are both into graphic design. We love logo work and design work and branding and things like that. Okay. Now listen, if I designed a brand for a company who paid me for the artwork that I designed for them, I now have no rights to that artwork. It's their artwork. They paid me to create it. And once I created it and sent it to them, they can do whatever they want with it. They can plaster it on a billboard with a homosexual guy on the billboard, you know, and his bulge showing because he's got some kind of new brand of underwear, and that logo I made is right on the front of his bulge. I can't really do anything about it because I don't own that logo. They do. Just like a tattoo, you can't. How could you even think that you still own the artwork? Right? I mean, I don't understand that. Unless it was some artist who isn't a tattoo artist, right? Who has some artwork, right? And a tattoo artist
Stole it,
drew that illegally, right? A whole nother story now,
It's
right?
different,
But yeah.
I get that. I think, you know what I think? I think
What?
they were like, hey, it's LeBron James. We can get some money off these people. They're rich.
Yeah, let's try to get some money.
They'll
Yeah,
just pass some money off to us.
that's exactly what they thought.
They're not going to want to fight it. But after a judge refused to dismiss the case initially, LeBron James himself testified. This is what he said. My understanding is that my tattoos are a part of my body and my likeness, and I have the right to have my tattoos visible when people or companies depict what I look like.
That's right.
I always thought that I had the right to license what I look like to other people for various merchandise, television appearances, and other types of creative works, like video games.
Of course you can. What if he had a little doll made after him, or a little like a little action figure, right? That tattoo is going to be exposed 24/7. That case is still going to get thrown out because there's no way that tattoo artist owns that unless there's some kind of documentation originally saying, "Hey, yes, we'll put this art on you, but this art was not made for you."
I would say it would have to be in a documentation, like you had to sign off on that.
Yeah, paperwork.
Right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So, also taken into
That's crazy.
account is the degree to which the tattoo designs appear in the game. The tattoos only appear on the players upon whom they are inked, which is just 3 out of the 400 available players in the game, Judge Sweeney wrote. The undisputed factual record shows the average gameplay is unlikely to include the players with the tattoos, and that even when such players are included, the display of the tattoos is small and indistinct, appearing as rapidly moving visual features of rapidly moving figures and groups of player figures Furthermore, the tattoos are not featured on any of the game's marketing materials. So,
See, I think that that's a bad judgment. I think that that's a
Yeah.
bad judgment by that judge because he actually gave
gave him a little bit of inch. You gave him a little bit of
yeah,
wiggle room
yeah,
there
and each
for
case
further
can take
cases.
a little bit exactly. And so that judge should have said, "There's no case here at all, because you do not own the content that we're even discussing."
Right, I
right?
agree. I
And
think
so,
it's
who
foolish.
cares how much is displayed?
Mm-hmm. Unless there was
Crazy.
a
Never heard
document
of
that
that.
he signed, I think that it needs to be just thrown out. This
Well,
ruling could
clearly
have,
there wasn't, or he wouldn't have said that. He wouldn't have come out and said, "Hey, look, I thought that was my tattoo, and it's part of me." Why would he say that if he knew he had
if he
some
knew he
contract with
signed
these
off.
guys?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
no
he'd probably think twice before you had that design done too, right?
Yeah, I'd just go to somebody else. What are you talking about?
So this ruling could have impact on other cases of the same kind, such as the lawsuit also involving Take-Two Interactive and Visual Concepts regarding the depictions of tattoos in WWE 2K16, 2K17, and 2K18. While a judge refused to dismiss this case on March 18th, the NBA 2K16 ruling now provides a strong precedent for the defendants. NBA games have continued to depict the tattoos in contention installments since NBA 2K16 and NBA 2K18 even offered
Every
players
game.
the ability to give custom characters their own tattoos. So
Didn't we have tattoos all the way back to like the first UFC? Weren't those guys tatted with their real tattoos?
I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure too.
Yeah, it's
So
just
it's
the
like,
way of life.
where's this coming from?
We had tattoos
Now-
in the ancient times, Get over it, people.
Now, I would say it's different. Say, LeBron James tattoo is available on your created character. Well, now LeBron James has the right to sue you because you had the rights to use his likeness on him, not to steal his artwork from his arm and put it on another character. That's a
Right.
whole different thing, right?
Right.
But that's not what we're talking about.
Yeah, totally different.
Mind-blowing. That's a mind-blowing lawsuit right there.
Yep.
That's
Waste
like a
of
lawsuit
money.
I
I feel
I
like
heard
that's
about-
a waste of money and time is what I feel like. I
Mhm.
look at that and a waste of taxpayer dollars and time.
Yeah.
On
I
that
heard about
deal.
a lawsuit, I want to say probably about 12 years ago. Yeah, right around that. Right after I got married. There was a lawsuit, I think in Maryland, where the guy sued the homeowner. He broke into the homeowner's house, and the glass fell out of his window frame and cut his arm open real bad. He was hospitalized, almost bled to death. Sued the homeowner and won. He won the case.
'Cause the-
And I remember looking it up saying, there's no way that's possible. And sure enough, this guy won against the homeowner. And I think the technicality that he won on had something to do with basically that the glass on this window was supposed to be, sealed into the frame where it couldn't fall that way or something like that.
That's
so
dumb.
it was, oh my gosh. I was like, who cares what? He could have put razor blades on his glass and you cut yourself open.
Yeah.
That's your fault. It's his glass.
I say
yeah,
let him win the case against that guy, and then you can come back later on a unsafe charge. I don't know. But
Oh yeah, it's like the hot coffee lady, right? Who
Yeah.
won whatever it was, $10 million from McDonald's. Shut up.
Now we all have the hot coffee warnings because
Jeez.
people don't use their brains. Okay,
Right.
my last story. Let's get out of the legal atmosphere because, geez.
Okay. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm just talking about the whole concept of it was stupid. But Nintendo is now making some rumor news. This is all rumored, guys, but we're pretty sure
It's real.
probably
It's
true.
legit, and it's 100% fact checked.
Well, I mean, Call of Duty Remastered 2 was a rumor, and it was true. So it usually seems like most of these things are coming true.
Yeah.
But Nintendo is remastering Super Mario's 35-year-old catalog from the Nintendo Switch, bringing a massive collection of games to Joy-Cons everywhere as soon as this summer.
Really? That'd be
yep.
cool.
According to the VGC, someone with knowledge of Nintendo's plans said 1997 Super Mario 64, 2002's Super Mario Sunshine, 2007's Super Mario Galaxy, and 2013's Wii U game Super Mario 3D World are among the titles the company plans to re-release for the Switch later this year.
Nice.
The source also said the re-releases will be packaged as a special anniversary collection of games, which as a sum is certain to enjoy the ranks of the best Nintendo Switch games. The collection is reportedly being released to commemorate the 35th anniversary of the original Super Mario Brothers, which launched back in 1985. The Nintendo Switch is already home to a number of Super Mario games like Super Mario Maker 2 and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. You can already play a variety of classic 2D Mario games from the NES and SNES era on Switch via Nintendo's $20 per month Switch Online service. But fans can now expect the offerings to expand significantly, with more niche titles returning with an optimized look, and in the case of Super Mario 3D World, new playable content.
Nice.
It's possible Nintendo planned to reveal this during E3 2020, but with the cancellation, things went up in the air. They look here that it's possible that the company will host a digital showcase or Mario Direct event sometime in June. The VGC posts also mentioned that Nintendo plans to reveal a new installment in the Paper Mario series of role-playing games this year.
I think that we would have had the same scenario from the Modern Warfare 2. I think they were going to mention that at E3.
Yeah, probably so. I bet you're right. Nintendo has not confirmed the speculations of the re-releases yet. But, I mean, this sounds correct. I mean, the 35th anniversary, that's a good enough long time. It's, like we said, nostalgia's king right now. So, why not? The idea of them remastering the games, I like a lot. It'd be really cool to see those old games that we grew up playing or seeing be enhanced.
Well, and you can for those, right? If you're talking N64 and up, those are all 3D still. And so you've got this, sure, you could remaster the old ones, but it's not like really remastering, right? You're just going to make everything look kind of brighter and sharper. But if you're talking about bringing the 3D
what if they got rid of some of the pixelation, though? What if they really polished it like some of these beautiful 2D platformers you see nowadays? That'd be pretty
that's true.
Sweet.
That would be cool. Yeah, that would be cool.
To where it has
if
that
they
3D
redesigned
effect to it, It's still 2D, but it's got 3D to it.
Oh, yeah, because even Ducks in Space, that game we tried, and that young guy that we had on talking about that game, the graphics on the game were real cool. I really enjoyed them, and they were very modernized.
Yeah.
Even though it was a 2D platform.
So if they released it, I say this. Do like a really high-quality remaster, like we're talking about here, like a real overhaul, and then just include the original with some upgraded pixels, maybe. And then you can kind of pick which version you want to play.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I'd like that. But that's all I got on the news.
Nice.
It was a little lighter, but, that's okay. Got a lot of good deals going around. So, speaking of deals, you got some free deals.
That's right. Clint brought the sales. I'm going to bring the freebie farm.
Come on down to Freebie Farm. All games are free, half off, and 70% off the price of free.
Games may include microtransactions, time gating, and in-game ads before, during, and after gameplay. No refunds will be permitted for child purchases.
All right, guys. We got the Metacritic list. We bring it to you the first part of the month, every month, okay? And today is no different. This is going to be April 1st if you're watching live. It's going to be April 3rd if you're listening on Friday or sometime after. And so this is the first episode of April, okay? And we're ready to dive right in. Some of these are going to be ending today if you're watching live. I'm going to mention some of them just because just the ones that I think are good and worth you jumping on and clicking that buy button for free while you can, because most of the time when you can get them for free, you can also download them later. Okay,
you can at least claim them.
And so we've got let's see here, starting on what they call free for everyone on Metacritic, which is usually kind of like free for PC without signing up for anything, is the better way to put that. I don't like the free for everyone because it makes you think it's on every console. It's not how this is. So free for PC without signing up for anything. You've got One Drop Bot. Okay, that is on Steam, and that's free till April 7th. You've got Rayman Legends, which is a platform co-op game. That's definitely a good game. It's got great ratings. If you guys don't know that game, as soon as you see the character, Rayman, you'll know the game. It's definitely a big game. That one's free only till the 3rd. So if you're listening today live, or if you're listening on Friday on your way to work or not going to work because of this lock-in, that's going to be free. It's on Uplay Store, okay? Rayman Legends is on the Uplay Store.
Just get on your PC, download your Uplay app, and get on it.
Yep, and you don't have to download it now, right? Once you have the app installed, you can just click you want it, and then you can download it whenever you want, just like Steam and everything else. This one I don't know. It's on Indie Gala. I've never even used Indie Gala. It must be an indie game. It's called Ring Runner Flight of Sages. It's 75 on Metacritic. It's a shooter. I actually read a couple reviews on it, and it seems pretty good. So that one's free starting yesterday, March 31st, and going through to be announced. Not determined yet. So that's one me and Clint will probably look into just to check it out. We like to get our hands on free stuff while we can, just in case we decide to play them later. Yep. And that's a good suggestion for you guys too. You guys may go, I don't have time for another game right now. Unless it's a free period to play, which we usually tell you, that means it's free for the weekend or something like that, like Predator was last weekend. Right. But most of the games that we bring up are not free for a period. They're free forever. Once you get it, it's yours, just like you bought it. So you might as well get it while it's free, because then it's going to be not free soon after, and you can't get it. So you get it and download it whenever you do have time, even if it's 6 months from now. And that's the good way to do it. So we got another one that's free. I don't know anything about this game. It's called Martian Law. When I read it first, I thought it was called Martial Law. And I thought, wow, they just made a game based on the stuff that's going on right now. But no, it's Martian Law. It's a PC game on Steam. It's free till April 10th. Check it out. You'll have to get some details for that one on your own. There is no Metacritic rating for it. It's too new. Okay. Then you got Monument Valley 2. Okay, that's an Apple game. Apple is starting to put out some bigger games for free. This one's got a pretty good rating. It's 83, and it is what you consider like a puzzle game. So,
okay, is that through the Apple phone?
Yeah, that's through on the iPhone. Yep.
Okay.
And it's not one of those that comes with ads and things like that. It's actually free. Okay. And then you've got this one, which me and Clint both downloaded but haven't played yet. It's a single-player kind of platform action-adventure game with some awesome artwork and a lot of puzzles. It's called Figment. That's on PC. That comes from the Epic Game Store, and that's only free through today if you're watching live. If you're not watching live, this one is not free anymore. You missed it. You got to start listening to our podcasts live. Or just pay attention to this list on Metacritic. And we may even start sharing this list at the beginning of the month, probably on our Facebook page, just so you kind of will have it to go to. Yeah. Now, I would say the big one, which also is ending today if you're watching live, and it's no April Fools. This is World War Z. Okay, me and Clint and Hunter, we've downloaded it. If you've never played it, it's really good so far. It's a blast to play. It's very Left 4 Dead-esque. And it's just a little more amped up. It's like Left 4 Dead, as Clint puts it, reskinned with World War Z zombies. Okay, and so this is a whole different vibe to the way the zombies move and stuff.
Still of a deal for free, man. Still of a deal. For free.
Great game, plenty of playability, and it's only free through today. So hopefully you guys are listening live or watching this video, and you get it now because it's not free after today. Yeah. We did post it on the Facebook page early. So if you were a follower on the Facebook page, you already know, and you lucked out. We actually got a lot of clicks and a lot of attention on that post. So a lot of people didn't know. So that's why I think it's a good idea to post, especially those bigger ones.
And you may say, well, I don't do Facebook. Okay, well, we put it on our Twitter too. So we're there. Yep. I think I even posted on Instagram. So you have no excuse unless you're just not a social media person. Then I don't know what to tell you at that point. Why are you listening to this podcast? At that point.
And then the one that I used leading in, because I thought it was the most interesting name. This is a 2019 game, and it says early. It says it's early access, even though it says 2019. So it's like beta still. So the beta came out in 2019, and it's called Goat of Duty. Be the true goat of the goats, which really? Clint's cousin would love that because he always says that I'm the goat. Yeah. And so this is a first-person shooter, but you're a goat shooting other goats. And
so where's the gun go on the goat? Like on top of the back? Or
He's
do
carrying
they-
it. You're standing up like
Oh,
a
you're a
person.
standing goat, so you're an animated and like
Yeah.
cartoon goat. Okay.
Right.
I was
Right.
thinking of a literal live goat. Okay.
No.
I can dig that.
Yeah. And this is just it's basically multiplayer, like team deathmatch, stuff like that, just like any other multiplayer shooter game. It's called Goat of Duty. No rating yet. Obviously, it's kind of a spoof game, so it may be horrible. Who knows? But I thought the name was great. I thought the idea was great. That's on Steam, and it's over today if you're watching live.
Oh,
And that'll be the last one. That'll be the last one we talk about. That's over today. Just so you
Okay.
guys know.
Okay.
I try not to bring those usually, but we had a couple pretty good ones, so I made sure I'd still mention them. There are more that are over today. There's not worth mentioning.
Yeah. I'll tell you another game that's fun. I believe it's free. I want to say it's free. I'm pretty sure it's free on the App Store for iPhone. Might even be on Android. Is if you're a pro wrestling fan, which I am. Well, not current day pro wrestling because it's kind of boring at this point for me. But it's called 80s Mania Wrestling. They don't sponsor us, but I did download it on my phone, and it's literally like a card game kind of. You're a booker in pro wrestling. It would be like a promoter.
Yeah.
You make the matches, and it goes from the year 1980, and you work your way all the way through on through the 90s. And so
Okay.
each set of years and stuff has their own era of wrestlers. So you
Right.
you have all your wrestlers based off of not just wrestling but pop culture. So there's like one guy that looks like Mr. T. There's one that
Right.
looks like the chick from Misery. You know, the
Nice.
lady that breaks the
Yeah.
guy's ankle. She's like a woman wrestler on there. There's one wrestler that I unlocked called the Slash Master. He's literally Jason with a Freddy Krueger sweater on.
Right.
And it's all just, it's really fun. It's a fun game, especially if you like pro wrestling, that kind of stuff. And it's one of those free to plays.
So what happens when you select your characters and you do the matchups? Then what happens? How do you succeed?
You have different stats on those characters, like you have like what they call push. So push means how likely it is that your character will win that match, right? So it kind of has a rating to keep people together. You have your mic skill, your skill for the actual matches that you put them in. And it's kind of a strategy card game kind of thing. And so you take these characters, and their stats will change based on how you're using them, and then they have an overall rating of how popular they are for your promotion. And so when you put them up against each other, then after your show's over for that week or whatever, it'll rate how good your show was, how much money you made on the matches. So you literally are like the promoter, Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's pretty little interesting deal, but the artwork's funny. It's all
Now, is that all computer generated, or is this actually based off a community who's voting the events you're putting out?
It's just computer generated. Yeah, it's all just you're just playing by yourself. But as far as a strategy game and liking spoofs and stuff, it has like feud cards. So like if you put a guy up against another guy, it'll unlock a feud. And so anytime those characters go against each other, you can put that as one of the things for the match. Same thing.
That'll
with
kind of amp it up.
Stuff. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So it's pretty fun. It's a pretty fun little game. But they do have microtransaction stuff. But it's not horrible. You can still play through and have fun by not doing it. Because every year you complete, you get a new wrestler, you get a new coin, you get like a new place that you're going to go to put on your show. Because you have arenas and stuff you travel to.
Cool.
It's pretty cool.
Well, speaking of stepping into the ring, your head may be under a rock, or you're just a dad, or you're a nurse, or somebody who's still really busy during this downtime, and you don't know. But Warzone is still doing phenomenal, okay? Call of Duty Warzone. It's a great game. Even if you've not really loved the line of battle royales, this has really roped in a lot of people who haven't been into battle royales. Me and Clint are kind of two of those people. We've never really quite sunk our teeth into a battle royale. This one has gotten us. We like it. I don't really have any complaints about it.
We want to be decent at it. It's actually something we want to practice on for sure.
And that's still free everywhere. And believe it or not, I do see posts on a regular daily basis almost on Facebook or different places where someone mentions Warzone and, hey, does anybody want to join up with me? And there's always comments saying, is it any good? They're asking, is it free? Is it a standalone? There's a lot of people who probably kind of just looked past it because it's just another, what do you call it? It's another battle royale, and it's just going to be kind of like Call of Duty's first cookie cutter battle royale. It's not. Mm-hmm. So if you're listening and you thought about checking it out, it's not. Check it out. It's a lot of fun. And we're kind of have been not anti, but we're definitely not for Call of Duty for years now. It's just not been our cup of tea. Mm-hmm. And so I like the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And if you do too, I'm telling you, Warzone is something to check out, dive into, have some fun with your friends.
And with that game, it's important to know, we didn't really realize it, but my cousin plays primarily on his PlayStation. Well, he wanted to hook up on the PC and play Warzone with us. He wanted to play the PC version. But he didn't want to buy the game all over again, so he did the free download, and it only downloaded the Warzone content, not the rest of the game. So
great.
I don't know if it's that way. It's still 25 gigs because the game's huge, right? But right. I don't know if it's that way on the consoles, but at least on PC, he said he only had to download the 25 gig install instead of the 90 something gigs.
Okay. Last two for the PC, guys. Last two for the PC is going to be there. If you're listening, it's out tomorrow. If you're listening live, if you're listening Friday or later, it came out yesterday. Okay, so this came out April 2nd. Both of these games, and one of them is called Gone Home. It's a very unique game that I looked into. Have you heard of that, Clint? Gone Home?
I've heard of that. Yeah.
Okay, this is a story adventure game where daughter has been abroad overseas and she's coming back and she's expecting her family to greet her and welcome her at the airport and at home, and she comes home to an empty house full of clues and she's trying to figure out where her family has disappeared to. You're investigating the house. It's a very deep story. It's if you're into kind of investigation type stuff, this would be a good one. I think even for us, if we wanted to play it together on what did we just start using, Clint? What's the name of it? Parsec. Yep.
Is it
I think this would be a great
supernatural
game
looking, or just more of just a mystery?
From the preview, it just looks like a mystery. They don't give you much other than it's very eerie. It's almost horror movie. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's got great ratings, and it just seems like a very unique game that I think is worth looking at. Yeah. You got another game that just came out for the PC for free. It didn't just come out, but it just now went for free. It's called Hob, and that one is from April 2nd through April 8th. That's an action-adventure game, and I really didn't see much as for previews for that when I looked at it, but that one is also free. Okay, you've still got Plants vs. Zombies on EA Access. Those are still free right now. On Humble Choice, you've got AI War 2. That's a 2019 strategy game. You got Battle Chasers Night War. Okay. And just so you guys know, if you guys ever go to the Metacritic, there are more games listed for free. I kind of skip past the ones that have a horrible rating. I just talk about the ones that have a good rating, unless it's a game that I think personally attracted my attention, just so you know. So you might look on there and find some more indie games or platformer kind of games that didn't get great ratings that you're into, and Metacritic's a great place to find those. Okay, so then we've also got, this is also for the humble, you got F1 2019. That's free through the 2nd. I said I wasn't going to mention those, so I'll skip past the rest of these here.
At least you're
Control,
trying to be a man of your word, right?
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, guys. Control is still free for PlayStation Now. This is the PlayStation Now list we're jumping into. That one's free till August 31st. A lot of people like that game a lot. It's a lot of fun. It's an action-adventure game. She has the ability to kind of use the Force if you want to get vague, but it's a mentalist kind of game. You've got Shadow of Tomb Raider, free until September 7th. You've got Tukaiden. I think that's how you'd say that, or Tukaiden. Something like that. That is free till to be announced. Tukaiden 2. Okay?
Okay. Not to be confused with Tekken, people.
I hope not. If that's how Tekken's spelled, I'm in trouble.
I don't think it is.
It's Toukiden. It's got to be Tukaiden, right?
Yeah, it's Tukaiden or Tukiden.
Yeah, okay. That one's free. You've also got now we were discussing this last time because I got confused with the PlayStation Now thing I get it all now. I get it. PlayStation Plus is like Xbox Live, and then PlayStation Now is this archive thing. I'm in now. It's locked in. It's because Clint and Hunter have said it in very confusing ways and even reconfirmed the wrong answer to me multiple times. But I've got it now.
Well,
okay?
just Clint doing the tune-out answer. Is it that, Clint? Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay, but one thing that's always thrown me off is I always hear from them that it's mainly older games, like arcade games, and it's not. At least it's not for the last 6 months. It's not been. Like Shadow of Tomb Raider, that's a 2018 game. It's on there, okay? Then you've also got Wolfenstein. That's a 2017 game. Wolfenstein 2, that's on there.
That's probably because at the time that we played it, it probably was more just older, previous generation games like
and I just want
3 versions and stuff.
Yeah, I just want to specify that to the listeners because if you tried PlayStation Now maybe 2 years ago, right, and you think that that's all PlayStation Now is, it's not. It's got bigger mainstream games. They're just not the newest, but some of them are still pretty new. And they're on there. Okay, of course, games like Overcooked 2, that's on there, right? But then here's another one, 2017. This is a great game, Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. That's free right now until April 7th. Horizon Zero Dawn, that's free until April 7th.
Okay.
So the
newer titles they're kind of doing like exclusive or limited time releases, so to speak.
Right. Yeah, they don't stay on there for a long time. Right. Or permanently, like some of the games seem to be. Sorry, I bumped my mic. We already mentioned last time the City Skyline is kind of like a Sims type deal. That's still on there. And then let's see. Yep, that's it for PlayStation Now. So then you got PlayStation Plus, Shadow of Colossus. If you have PlayStation Plus, I've heard Shadow of Colossus is phenomenal. One of the best games that's been out in years when it comes to a campaign type game. It's an action adventure, came out in 2018, and it's free if you have PlayStation Plus, which I understand you're paying for. We've been over this every time, so we're not going to do that. Dirt Rally 2.0 is coming on the 7th. And then Uncharted 4, A Thief's End is coming on the 7th. Hold on, that just confused me. Okay, that's the newer one. That's just a newer
version, yeah.
No, it's not either. Uncharted: The Lost Legacy says it was 2017, and Uncharted 4, A Thief's End is 2016. So that's the newest one is The Lost Legacy. That's coming out April 7th till May 4th. We'll be there. And then, to no surprise, I'm going to read these even though they're nothing, because I really just want to let people know that when we trash Stadia, we're not wrong. It has just fallen.
Oh, is this Stadia's
pieces.
list?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm excited.
Google.
What's Google?
It's only got. Well, it's only got 3.
Ooh.
But you've got Grid. You've heard of Grid before?
I don't think so.
Of course not. It's on Stadia.
I've heard of Grid before.
But not the
game.
Yeah. Okay, then you've got Steam World Dig 2. I don't know what that is.
I've heard of Steam World Dig 2.
It's got a decent rating, 85. And then you've got Steam World Quest, Hand of Gilgamesh. That's the newest version of Steam World, and that one's on there right now. Those games may be decent. Don't hate me, if I'm wrong, but they're still platformers. So they're not some big AAA game.
Premium though.
Right, exactly. So just letting you know. Twitch Prime. Okay, I thought this game was called Epilepsy when I looked at it. It's not. It's called Epistory. Okay, you got to read things. Then you got Bomber Crew.
Reread things.
Yeah, reread. Bomber Crew. Fury is still available. We talked about that last time. And Whispers of a Machine is still available. It says to be announced. Just so you guys know, Twitch Prime is usually a monthly cycle. So it says March 2nd to be announced. It's probably more like March 2nd. It's going to end in a couple days, and it'll be a new list.
Link that Amazon account with the Twitch people. If you don't know this, link it to your Amazon Prime. You're probably already paying for Amazon Prime, so link it to Twitch, and you'll be getting these free games on your list.
Oh, so you automatically get Twitch Prime if you have Amazon
Prime. It's like a
partner
deal, yeah.
Okay. I think you told me that before. It's just my wife somehow had some big mistake where she has 2 emails under one account with Amazon, and even when she calls them, they don't know which account is the one she's supposed to use because they're somehow both listed. And so when we log in under one, like when I try to link things, like even like Amazon Video and stuff like that,
kicks it out, doesn't like it.
yeah, it doesn't work. Yep. So we haven't been able to get that fixed.
Just make a new email.
Yeah.
What I say.
Oh, I was dead on, guys. You know, I said that. I said usually it's over and then something else starts. I wasn't wrong. So here's what's coming April 1st. No surprise. The new list for April 1st is Etherborn.
Okay.
I think that's right.
I've heard of that.
Earthlock. That one's free. Okay. Kathy Rain. Horrible name. Nobody should have ever named a game Kathy Rain.
Kathy Rain. Okay.
Yep. And then
Makes
you
me
got
think of
Light
Chocolate
Matter. Chocolate rain. Falls back down and goes back up again. If you're from our generation, you know what Chocolate Rain is, guys. Yeah. Epic. It's almost like what? Not gonna say it. Turok Remastered. Okay, that's what you get. That's what you get right now.
Oh, some dinosaur action. Okay.
Yep, on Twitch. Okay, and then Xbox games with gold. You get Shanti, Half Genie Hero. Okay. I don't know. It's got a decent rating. It's a platform game. You got Sonic Generations. You can't really go wrong with Sonic. That's a good game. That's an action platform game. And that's on 360, if you're still rocking the 360. Batman the Enemy Within, the complete season, Xbox One, is also free. I lied. Take that one back. It's not free. Sorry, I got on a roll here.
It was almost freebie farm, folks.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yep. Actually, we're gonna take Sonic back too. It ends today.
Oh.
I was looking at it. Yep. And when I say today, I mean yesterday because this one's pre-recorded.
Oh yeah.
So it's already over for you.
Yep. Well, hey, when you
okay.
have a farm, sometimes you got to get rid of the dead. You know.
Yep, that's true. But here are your new ones that are going to be out as of live. If you're listening today, they're good for you. These are locked in for a little while. You got Fable Anniversary. You know you got to get that for free.
Like the original
right?
Fable?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Anniversary Edition. This is on
that's the best Fable they ever made. So
this is on the Xbox 360. Though.
Oh, okay. Oh, I can't.
Yeah.
So that won't transfer to my PC.
No.
Probably not.
Nope. Oh, I don't know. You know,
games.
Some of these. Oh, it is. You're right. Yeah, they are. I think that's true. It's only Xbox One games.
I think it is.
Project Cars 2. Okay. And Toy Box Turbos. Don't know what that is.
Old 360s.
Toy Box Turbos 360. Project Cars 2 is Xbox One.
Okay.
Then you got Xbox Game Pass. They usually don't disappoint me, so we'll see what we've got here. Power Rangers already disappointed me. That's the top one on the list here. Then we've got
Power Rangers has not been the same since what? 2002? I don't know.
All I know is I watched the Power Rangers movie and I liked it. You know,
really?
I'm not ashamed.
Okay.
Yeah. Have you watched it?
No, I haven't. My wife's watched it several times, and I'm just like.
Yeah, they kind of took the super cheesy out of it. Like it's not just the super, you know, where they used to move and the rubber fingers would
but
shake.
That's what it was.
Yeah, but they took that away. This is kind of a little bit more. It's not like we're just super good, but it's not super trash either.
It had our.
It has its spot.
Yeah, it had our Asian vibe back in the day. You know, that culture behind it, which was what Power Rangers was. It was the martial arts, you know, the karate, all that stuff.
Definitely.
So,
yeah, it was like Saved by the Bell for fighting.
So the new Power Rangers are like, let's make them like the Avengers. That's, you know, come on.
Yeah, the movie didn't do that. The movie kept the vibe that you're kind of used to, just without the cheesy production. So they actually kept pretty good feel to Power Rangers of old. Does that make sense?
I felt like they were trying to go Avengers route, you know.
I thought you didn't watch it.
I looked in the corner of my eye and just scoffed at it, okay? All right?
He's a scoffer, guys. Okay, you got Ace Combat 7, Skies Unknown. Okay? You've also got The Surge. Yep, The Surge 2 for PC and Xbox One. And then you've got Let's see.
Not
here.
to be mixed up with Surge drinks.
Oh, you got State of Decay on here.
Mm-hmm.
State of Decay 2 for both PC and Xbox One. You've got Ori and Will the Wisps. That's a really good game.
Mm-hmm.
It's an action platform game, and that is free for PC and Xbox One. Not free, but you guys know what I'm saying.
Yeah, beautiful game.
Yes. NBA, speak of the devil, 2K20 is on there right now for the PlayStation Game Pass, or Xbox Game Pass, sorry.
And a lawsuit near you.
Yeah. You've got Indivisible. Okay. You got Jackbox Party Pack 3. If you don't have that game and you have PlayStation, wow, I keep saying PlayStation. You have Xbox Game Pass, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you've never played any of the Jackbox Party games, you need to download it.
Yeah, you're missing
Super
out.
fun. It's got all kinds of good stuff on it.
If you have family or friends that come over, not
yeah,
right
well,
now
it's even online, right? Those
yeah.
games are playable online now, so.
And if you use Parsec, just have all your family members log in through that or do some kind of live stream.
Yeah.
You're good to go.
Except for it's just on Xbox One, not PC. So Clint had a little foot to mouth there. Forgive him. I've done it tonight. He's done it now. We're on the even playing field.
What do you mean? You can still live stream to Facebook from your Xbox?
Train Sim
to
Facebook. You said Parsec. Nobody was talking about Facebook. You brought up Parsec.
No, I said Parsec, and then I switched it to put it on Facebook and live stream it.
Okay.
Yeah, those are two separate occasions.
Okay, Train Sim World 2020. If you need to get your sim on, okay. You got Yakuza 0, okay. Indivisible, I think I already said that. And then coming soon, which means really right now, because coming soon is April 2nd. So if you're listening on Friday, these are also in there, okay. You got, this is one of those, Ryan, it's going to get me. I'm going to say Nier, just because that's the simple way to pronounce it.
Nier.
Yeah, Nier Automata Become as Gods edition, okay? So this is Nier, Nier Automata. That's got to be right, or Automata.
Nier Automata?
Yeah, you think Nier? Could be. Nier Automata Become as Gods edition. This has got a 90. It's an action RPG. I'm going to have to look up the game because I don't see very many 90s on here, you know? So
some of them platformers
check it
and
out.
things like that still are pretty high up on the old rating list as far as being fun to play. I still want to play Cupheads, so.
Yep. Oh, it's on the Parsec to play with people for free if you want to.
Oh, is it?
I saw it.
We need to do that.
Yep. Wasteland 3. And just in case you guys don't know, that is one of the things that's cool about Parsec. We talked about it last week. I'm not going to go into details on it, but you can jump in and play with people who have the game and share it over the secured connection that comes from the shadow-based server, so you're not sharing your whole PC. You're just jumping in and playing the game with them only.
But that's only from their arcade section. But that's true.
Yeah, it's from the arcade section, right. Yep. Mm-hmm. And you can jump in and you can play games like Cuphead or other games that are usually platformers that you're interested in right now for free. Little co-op, couch co-op kind of games. Jump in there. Wasteland, that was the last one. Wasteland 3. No, you're also going to get Minecraft Dungeons. That one's free.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Fun. Lots of frees.
I'm sure every time I say the word free, I have people that want to just throat punch me. It's not free. I had to pay for the service. You guys get it. Yeah. You get it. We get it. We know.
Nothing in life is free other than death. Death is free. Costs you nothing.
That's true, because even if you downloaded Rayman Legends for free on Uplay, it costs your time. Which, a lot of times your time makes you money, and so you're paying for it, If you think about that, every time we play a video game, we're paying an hourly wage to lose our time.
What is free? I'm just going to be honest, though. I'm going to throw it out here right now. It's not your fault, but I'm kind of disappointed in the PlayStation and Xbox's catalog.
List?
Yeah, they're big two that they usually put out. It wasn't. Uncharted's pretty decent, but for me, I'm not like, ooh, let's jump on that. But we know that it kind of ebbs and flows on some of the these.
Yeah, PlayStation's to me is always a little bit disappointing, but you guys explained what it was, and now it makes more sense. So I don't know. I would say having Shadow of Tomb Raider, Wolfenstein 2, and Uncharted and The Evil Within, that's actually one of the better lists they've had.
Yeah.
Like, that's usually there's not that many good ones for me when I'm reading it. But if you go down, and it really looks good because when you scroll down to what's it called, to Xbox's list this time, and it's just turd dog. It really wasn't good.
But yeah, guys,
compared to normal.
Out of Freebie Farm, that's kind of the big deal of like we're always trying to. We made this segment in mind to help people, especially dads that maybe don't have time to buy all these games, but they are paying that internet subscription to their console service, right? We want you to be able to play some of these free games. And Ryan had mentioned earlier, make sure you're going in and at least claiming it. One good example for me and Ryan was months ago I had claimed Hitman. Yep. One of the Hitman, the new one that had came out recently, and I claimed it, and I had planned on playing it, but I never did. Well, then one day Ryan's over at the house, and we're going through my PlayStation catalog, just looking at what I had to play something. Right? Boom, there's Hitman. He's like, "Have you played it?" And I was like, "Nope." Let's download it.
It's on.
Boom.
It's on.
And it was because I claimed it. So, always try to grab those free games. Unless you absolutely hate something, then don't.
Right.
Don't take up the space.
Yeah,
but
obviously. Well, you don't have to download them. If we're talking Steam and things like that, it's not going to take up any space. It's just a click.
Yeah, and on PlayStation, the same way. You just add the library.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah,
your catalog.
Perfect.
Yep.
Well, that's all I've got to say. I'm really wanting to hear about, some what's cooking good looking. I'm a little hungry.
What's cooking good looking? Master Chef at home, listening wherever you are. What's cooking good looking?
Hey guys, and welcome to another What's Cooking Good Looking. Now, if you're friends with me on Facebook, you might have seen that I did a pizza video the other week. And so this pizza wasn't an ordinary pizza, it was a barbecue chicken pizza. Now, when I make pizza at home, I don't really just follow the main line. Funny enough, actually, I did make just a pepperoni jalapeno pizza tonight because that's what Natalie wanted. But usually I kind of create where I have fun with it because, I'm not ordering anywhere. I get it free reign, put whatever I want on it. So I did a barbecue chicken pizza. And so after I get done with this, you can go over to my Facebook page and check out the full video. I think it's like 7 minutes long. It's not long at all. But and then a picture of the finished product. And me and Clinton have been talking, we want to kind of start doing this with every recipe. And I think that's very realistic in the future after this craziness passes over and I can actually go to the store and get what I need.
Yeah.
But just so it happened that I had the ingredients I needed for this. So basically with this pizza, what we start with is a crust. Now you can make your own crust. I have a local pizza store here in Oklahoma called Andolini's, and they make fabulous crust. And how I determine how good my crust is because I married a girl from New Jersey, and they have really good pizza up there. And when I went to work for her dad and visit, there was a pizza place right down the street that did some really good, authentic New York style New Jersey pizza. Well, the crust there is amazing, guys.
And the thing is, you didn't just marry a girl from New Jersey. You married an Italian from New Jersey, so that's a double whammy. Your standards are high.
Oh yeah, on the Italian. She's very Italian, very Italian. In fact, her mother's maiden name is Muscatello, so she's very Italian. So anyways, that's kind of how I fell in love with that pizza. The pizza up there is amazing. The bagels are, and the people up there in New Jersey / New York will tell you that it's because of the water up there. I don't know how that works, but I know that there is people who have moved away from there that still ship bottled water from the New Jersey area to do their bagels and crusts. But something about it, man, it just holds up. You can hold the pizza up. It flops a little bit, but it's not like here. If you held up a slice of Pizza Hut pizza by the crust alone, it's going to do the droop all the way down. And then your stuff's going to slide off of it, right? And so it's a good quality crust. I don't know how to really explain much further than that, but it's unique, New Jersey crust. So anyways, that's how I base it. And Andolini's is a very close close to that. I can't even say that it actually is the same, but it's very close.
I love Andolini's.
Yes,
It's expensive,
so
but it's the bomb.
it is expensive.
They have some really good gluten-free, like if you're wanting to go gluten-free, you have celiac. They have some good, like it's almost like a mozzarella cheese stick, but it's non-gluten. It's like this
Right, I know what you
mozzarella, and it's got a different kind of crust to it that's non-gluten, but it's super good. Yeah.
Yes. And so Andolini's, if you're buying Andolini's and you don't know this, they actually sell their dough. They sell it in a ball that is actually like a 14-inch pizza. And for dough, it is expensive, but we're talking about Andolini's. It's $3 a ball. But, I mean, if you're talking about a 14-inch pizza, a large pizza for your family or whatever, that's not that expensive if you have the ingredients at home for the toppings already. $3 for the dough.
Right.
Okay, so that's...
And I don't want to mess with the messiness.
14-inch?
Yes, and the kneading of the dough and all that stuff, it can get messy. Literally, I buy the dough, I bring it home, I flour my pizza stone, I pat the flour on top of the dough, I start kneading it out in pizza form. I do a couple tosses. I don't have to do that many tosses because it's already a soft dough. And then I put it down on the pizza stone and kind of form it to the edges. Then you have your pizza base, your crust, right? Well, for the barbecue pizza, I have two barbecues I really enjoy. And I actually prefer for the base a Carolina barbecue, which is mustard based. And
that sounds good.
I put the mustard based barbecue sauce on the bottom. And then my toppings include mozzarella, chicken. And for the chicken, I changed it up a little bit. Costco had a already done Tyson chicken that was blackened chicken. And I used that, and it's amazing. And then I did a bacon and onion and garlic. And so I always put my toppings down, most of them, except for the meat, underneath my cheese. I feel like it holds it in, and it's not all over the place. You know, I don't know if you've ever got a Supreme from anywhere and you're trying to eat it and the olives are falling off everywhere. It frustrates
when we
me.
make them at home, I usually I do both under and over.
Yes.
Especially if you're doing vegetables like jalapenos or tomatoes, because they never want to stay on unless you put that cheese on top. Yep.
So, so I what I do is I start with that mustard-based barbecue sauce on the bottom. I do my garlic, onions, and then I would prefer red onion. I think white onion in the video because it's what we had at home, but I would prefer red onion with a barbecue pizza. So did the garlic, the onion, and then we did the bacon, and then we put our mozzarella cheese all over the top, and then I chopped up my chicken, and I did the chicken in the oven just a little bit. I didn't fully cook it. It's already fully cooked chicken. I just didn't want to put it on there frozen just in case it didn't get a good cook on it. You don't want the frozen taste in there still. So I cooked it in the oven for a little bit. I have a little toaster oven. I threw it in there for a while. Then I chopped it up, put it over the top, and then I had some pulled pork left over. So I put a little pulled pork on top of the pizza too. And then like Ryan said, again, now I have all that stuff underneath the cheese. I have the cheese, I have the meat, and then I'm just going to go with another little dust of cheese over the top just to kind of lock everything down. And then to finish it off, I used a KC style barbecue, the sticky, dark brown sugar type barbecue. I drizzled over the top. Uh-oh.
That brown sugar sounds good.
Am I still on clean feed?
Yeah.
That was
Am
weird.
I still on clean feed?
Oh no, it says I lost connection. What?
That's what it said to me too, but now
but we still hear each other.
It's still recording.
That's weird.
That's weird.
There's a false one. That was a false.
Yeah, let's just pause for just like 5 seconds so I'll know
to check.
Cut that out. Yeah. All right, you're good.
Yeah, so then I finished off the top with the KC barbecue, and I kind of I joked on my video. I said a cross hatch it all the way across to make it look like a crazy CC's pizza that you'd see, on the line.
Yeah.
And then that just goes into the oven at 500 degrees, super hot, right? 450 to 500 degrees, and you're gonna want to do it at that heat just to kind of get a really good crisp on your crust. And so you're gonna look, and as soon as your crust starts to pop up and get a little bit of color, you want to turn that down because you don't want to burn the crap out of it.
Okay.
And then all your toppings not be good and done yet. So I go from about 500 or 450 or 475 down to about 390 or 380 or 375 in that range, just in the top threes.
Okay.
And then that goes for a good 10 minutes to 15 minutes. So your pizza is going to be in there for about 20 minutes. Just keep an eye on it. Now, a good indicator, especially if you're using Andolini's, is that the crust on the top side is going to get a golden brown before the bottom gets, it'll be done, but it won't be to the consistency I like, which is pretty crispy. And you just, honestly, the best way to check that is get you a spatula, go under and lift it up and look just a little bit. And you just want a little tiny bit of brown on that. In fact, you can pull that pizza out while it's still white as long as it's cooked. And the way you can tell is if you pop that pizza up and give it a good little tap with your fingernail like a flick, it won't be soft at all. It'll have a sound like you're hitting cardboard. Toot, toot. That means it's done. It's got a crisp to it. Now you got to be careful because that is going to be raw when the rest of it may look cooked, because that's what all your toppings are on top of.
Right.
So
right.
especially if you're a person who loads down on toppings, you need to make sure that you're getting that done, because it could look done on the outside. The cheese is melty, the crust around the edge is slightly brown. You're like, this is done, and then you take it out and cut it, and it's soft and kind of doughy still in the middle. So make sure you're checking the bottom of your pizza. And so if you want to be a baller, fancy, what you can do too at the end of when your pizza's coming out of the oven, melt a little butter down with some Italian herbs and some garlic powder, or just fresh garlic in there, and then brush that over your crust when it comes out.
Oh yeah.
And so Natalie tells me I get too fancy sometimes. That may be an extra step that's a little too fancy, but I love it. And so pizza is the cure-all for everything. If you're feeling bad, pizza can lift you up your day. And I know we got a bunch of Bluebell ice cream in the other day at the warehouse. And Michael, the guy that comes to help us, was joking. He's like, this is the cure for Corona. Bluebell ice cream, eat it, it'll cure, But anytime you're feeling bad, you can make this pizza. It goes quick, and pizza's pizza. So you can take what I told you tonight and substitute any topping, right?
Right.
I would just advise, don't go super crazy. A lot of times people who've never done a pizza before think, I'm just going to have 5 different toppings. Well, that's okay, but you got to realize the more toppings you add, the less of it is going to be on there, because if you're doing a handful of chicken, a handful of jalapenos, a handful of onion, a handful, by the time you get it all on there, you're Chicago style, and it's not gonna hold up. So,
So
anyways,
how long does that pizza take to cook?
It's about.
I know it's not always the same.
It's 5 minutes for that crust to kind of get real crispy at the 500. Then you drop it to about 390, 400, and that's gonna go for another probably 15 minutes. Now, be cautious when you're first doing this pizza. I would just kind of hover around in the kitchen and keep checking. It's not going to hurt it to open the oven to look. It's not a souffle or anything like that. So just keep an eye, because everybody's oven's different. I have an old oven and it burns hotter. Like, in fact, when we first moved into this rent house, me and Natalie would put cookies in there and follow the instructions, and they'd come out burnt every time. Because our oven burns hotter than what it says on the dial. So everybody's oven's different.
So to get used to what it actually
follow your guidelines and kind of eye it. Don't be like at me saying, Hunter, bro, mine only took 13 minutes. Sorry. It's different. Everybody's oven's different. So just keep an eye on it. But those are kind of that's your baseline guideline. You said
you had a, what do you call it, a pizza stone. What if somebody just has like a pizza, one of those little pans, with little holes in it that you use for pizza?
That works too.
Can you use that? Okay.
Yes. You need to make sure, like I said, that may
change the cook time.
Go a little faster.
Right.
Yes, and it may go a little faster because it's so thin. Now, technically, on a pizza stone, the best way to do it would be get the pizza stone hot. Get
first.
Ready, and then slide it on there. But I don't have the proper tools to do that. You need a paddle or something to be able to do that. So it works for me to just take the stone out cold, make the pizza on it, and put it in there. But because of that, that's why I need to do my 2 temperature changes. Because if I keep it at 500, the top is going to just get way too done before the bottom does. Now, if I do the 500, it crisps everything up on the top, gets my cheese good and melty, and then I lower it down. Now that stone has some time to keep heating, and it's going to cook the bottom. And if you have a pizza stone, if you get it up to temperature and you actually take it out to cool, it's going to continue to cook the crust for a little bit because it's a rock, basically. It's a stone. It's going to stay hot for a while. And so, there is differences, definitely, but you can still do it with a pan. In fact, I've made them on pans before, and it comes out really nice, crispy crust, but you just don't do it for as long because it'll probably be black on the bottom.
Gotcha.
Right.
So on the pan, would you say you probably just cook it at an even temp then, if you're just using the basic little pizza pan?
If I'm doing the pizza pan, I would suggest about 425 to 450, and just keep an eye on it. And it's going to be a shorter time. It'll probably be 12 to 15 minutes instead of a 20-minute time.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, that's good. Me and Ryan used to do the Little Caesars, and we'd get a whole pizza and then have them put the garlic butter.
Oh my
Just
gosh.
all over it. And then we wonder why we're overweight now. You know, it was those choices.
Now it looks like neither one of us can even have gluten. So it's like all this talk about pizza. Jeez.
It's a liquid. It's just oil with garlic flavoring that they're just drizzling all over the top.
Just wonderful though. Made a difference. Little Caesars all of a sudden was a much better pizza when your whole pizza's just drenched in.
That's how I feel about Papa John's.
Yeah. Yep. I'll dip
Papa
it.
John's.
I'll take it and just dip my pizza in the garlic. Yeah.
My cousins always ordered Papa John's, and I hated Papa John's. I was like, it's so gross. And then one day, I realized that my cousin, one of my cousins that was older, when she would open the pizza, she would take that dipping sauce for herself. I didn't even know there was a dipping sauce in there. So one time I said, Alicia, can I try that? And she's like, yeah, sure. And I tried it, and I was like, this is edible now. Like, I can definitely get down on this. So anytime, they were getting Papa John's, I was like, can you get some extra butter? Because I want some of that too. And so
we grew up eating Papa Murphy's a lot. It doesn't seem like, I mean, there's still a lot of Papa Murphy's, but I don't ever meet anybody who gets Papa Murphy's. You know what I mean?
Now, Papa Murphy's is the one you cook at home, right?
Yeah, take and bake. Yep.
See, when I found out that was what they did, that was the weirdest concept to me. I was like, what?
That was like their whole thing. Yeah.
Why would you?
It was weird to me too. I was gonna try it one day.
Because it's still like priced the same as a pizza takeout, right?
Yeah. She's like, oh,
it's a little tiny bit less.
I think it was like $12 or something. And I was like,
compared
I'll
to
go pick it up. She goes, well, we'll have to cook it. And I was like, what do you mean? Why don't you go pick it up and take it home? We cook it. I was like, I'm not.
If I'm having to cook it myself,
to go do the work.
If I'm cooking it myself, I need that to be $8 or $7. Yeah. Like, come on now. Pizza Hut's got deals for $10. Is it a lot better than Pizza Hut?
Depends on the Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut's very hit and miss for me. Some Pizza Huts I love. Some Pizza Huts are just like, what is this? Like some other place almost.
Same with Mazio's, though, I feel like.
Mazio's is solid for me. That's a good pizza. Papa Murphy's to go for me.
Papa Murphy's is kind of a step up. I wouldn't say it's like you're all the way up there at like Hideaway Pizza or one of the upper pizzas, but you're definitely above your Mazio's in those for most people. Like the quality of ingredients, if that makes sense. So, but your price, like say a specialty pizza costs $17 at a Mazio's, which nobody ever pays $17 because they're always on sale. But say it was $17, that pizza would be like $12 at Murphy's. Yeah. So
a lot of those like Mazio's and Pizza Hut usually always have a deal going on where you can get one for about $10 to $12.
Yeah, there's always some pizza appetizer.
Now it may not always want to be what you want, or it's a $20 deal and you get dippers plus that plus a 2-liter.
Well, for like 4 years, Pizza Hut did the any toppings for $10. Yeah. Any size, any kind of crust, any toppings, $10. I was on that all the time.
Honestly, though, for their quality of pizza, that should be that way. I mean, that bottom line. But for me,
but they got the old stuffed crust, don't they?
They do, don't they? They have stuffed crust.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
That must be
I would say
right because no one else uses it.
With my chef rating and my pizza trying of New Jersey, nothing will ever beat New Jersey pizza or New York pizza to me personally. I'm not saying, some people are Chicago people, but I I would say in Tulsa so far from what I've had, Andolini's and Elgin Park. If you've never had Elgin Park pizza, it is a strong competitor.
That sounds upscale to me, Elgin Park.
In fact,
Is that like
I would
a
say
$25 pizza?
no, but
Yeah.
they do have $20, but they're like
Huge.
huge. You go and get your personal one that's pretty big still too.
Okay.
But
Well, yeah,
they're
shoot,
so
Andolini's
good.
has $30 pizzas.
Yeah. I would say Andolini's and them are the top in Tulsa that I've ever had so far. And I would say Elgin Park actually is more of a New Jersey, New York style crust.
Okay.
But I'm not driving all the way. It's all the way up there by the Driller Stadium, so I'm not going to go see if they have dough.
Yeah.
I got an Andolini's right here by my house. But
makes
and then underneath them, I would say for the fast food, I got to go with Mazio's. I think that's just a personal choice because I grew up eating it on Sundays. But
Yeah,
I
and they're
think-
usually pretty solid. Like
Yeah.
even a bad pizza from Mazio's is still pretty decent pizza.
right.
Yep.
And you can't hate on Little Caesars, man. I mean,
Yeah.
$5
You can't beat
carry
the
out.
price.
Oh yeah.
They know their lane
Lot of-
and they're staying in it.
Yeah, a lot of college students love the Little Caesars for sure.
And listen,
Well,
because
they-
if you
they
took Little
started
Caesars,
that what do they call it, extra most bestest, where there's
Yeah.
way more pepperoni, you'll never
Yeah.
go back. You go for the $6 every time.
Yeah.
So much better.
It's like
and their pan crust pizza is really not that bad. The thicker ones,
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that buttery crust. And now, and then last thing to add on pizza is that Hideaway is actually a chain that started from Stillwater, Oklahoma, where I grew up. The main one is in Stillwater. That's where it started. And they are night and day different, guys. I mean, they have some of the same style, or like, for instance, they both have a pizza called Big Country, okay? And Big Country has the same toppings, but the crust here and the crust in Stillwater, completely different.
Oh really?
They have dipping sauces here, or the dipping sauces in Stillwater for their pizza that they don't have here.
Okay.
They're mushrooms, they're fried mushrooms, which are really good, but they're better in Stillwater. I'm telling you, the batter's
They
different.
probably did that on purpose. That
They did. They kept it original, and
they
they don't want their secret ingredients getting out. They said, well,
Smart.
let's franchise this, but we're gonna dummy
change
it down
slightly.
so that Joey in Tulsa, who is mad at his manager, isn't gonna go out and tell all our secrets.
Yeah, that's
You know, and so I'm a snob about it. People are like, Hideaway pizza's so good. I'm like, is it the Stillwater one you're talking about? Because I'm not going to the one in Tulsa Hills. Sorry. And I do think it's better than most pizzas, but at the same time, I'm sitting there at my table just super sad when I'm
Well,
eating a
see,
pizza at Hideaway.
Now you've said it. See, whenever all this is over and we get to go back outside, get out of our little bomb shelters, we need to go up to Stillwater and have some Hideaway pizza.
I would love to take you guys to Stillwater and show you guys around.
Clint, they're not going to have no gluten-free pizza for you, so get over it.
Oh,
man.
they will. I bet they do.
Just a one-day failure. It's okay. Once in a lifetime. Get a hold of that
Wow.
forbidden fruit, baby.
Wow.
Well, I'm glad I got to talk to you guys about pizza tonight.
Yeah, well, thank you, honey.
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
It was a
That'd
good
be
show. Thanks for joining in, everybody. It was good.
Yeah, it
That's
was.
all the time we have.
Yeah, it was really good. Brought you some good news. Ryan gave us some excellent freebies, and then Hunter topped it off with some barbecue pizza. Loved it.
Barbecue chicken.
Yeah. If you guys enjoyed the episode, don't forget to go support us over on the Patreon. Patreon.com
Patreon.
/Delirious Dads
Oh, yeah.
Gaming. Go check it out.
That's where you give us your hard-earned cash
Cash. Cash.
because you love the content we deliver that gets you through the day.
Yep. And if not, we'll still be here, working for free. Don't forget that, peeps.
Yeah,
We love you.
We'll still love you, too.
Yeah, we'll still love you. We're not about the money. We're about the fun. But, you want to throw some cheese this way, all these Delirious Dads will jump on it. That's all we're saying.
Heck yeah.
That's right.
But we're going to have more content, as things get lifted and we get through this coronavirus situation. We'll finally be able to get together and actually collaborate on doing some videos and doing some fun stuff.
Yeah, we'll get to go to some shows some more, too. We just started
know.
getting back for the season, and boom.
Shut down our esports extravaganza we were about to go through. But that's
Yep.
okay. I'm still in contact with Johnny, and as soon as we get the green light, we'll be back in it to win it. So, but yeah, guys, we appreciate you joining in today. And with that said,
stay delirious.
Stay dadding.
And stay gaming. This has been a Delirious Dads production. For more information about the show, visit our website at www.deliriousdadsgaming.com. You can also find us on facebook.com/deliriousdadsgaming, twitch.tv, and YouTube. Make sure you like and share our pages to help us grow the channel. You can listen to the podcast on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and Spotify. Please leave a rating and review if you enjoy the show. Thank you again for listening, and we hope to see you next time.